Hi everyone, it's Tish with Naptime Creations. Welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it helps me out a lot, so hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be making some holographic silicone molds, so let's jump in and get started. This is all the supplies you're going to need. Pause that so you can write it down. We're going to be using some mold housings from Tracy at Acrylic Pouring with Friends. She is amazing. Definitely go check out her channel and subscribe if you're not already. You're going to need transfer tape or packing tape. This is going to be what holds your acrylic blank down. You can get them both off Amazon, a hot glue gun, silicone rubber, a digital scale. I am using silicone rubber from Let's Resin, and silicone rubber is just like resin. Typically, it's a 1-to-1 ratio by weight, so you do need to weigh it out. If you were only going to be making one mold, I would say you would need about 4 ounces or less, but I was working on quite a few projects, so I'm mixing up a lot of silicone rubber. So I poured in 12.2 ounces of my part B, cleared out my digital scale, zeroed it out, and now I'm pouring in 12.2 ounces of part A. It's a 1-to-1 ratio by weight. And that's it. Making molds is so easy, you guys. I hope you give it a try. And I did intend on doing just 12 ounces, but I accidentally overpoured part B, so I had to do 12.2 for part A as well. So I'm going to mix this up for 5 minutes. I am going to add a little bit of mica powder. You can add mica powder to color your silicone if you wish. I'm just adding about this much for the 24 ounces that I had here. And this stir stick is also from Tracy at Acrylic Pouring with Friends. It works great to mix up your silicone rubber. It's not wooden, so it's not going to leak a bunch of air into your silicone rubber. These also work great to mix up resin as well. So when you mix up your resin, you just wipe off your stir stick with some 91% isopropyl alcohol and a baby wipe, and you're good to go. For silicone rubber, I just leave it on the stir stick to cure, and it peels right off. You don't even have to clean it off. So I mix it up for 5 minutes, and this step is optional. I am pouring that silicone rubber into 2 different cups, and I am going to run this through my Airless bubble removal machine to get rid of bubbles. This step is totally optional. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you don't have the Airless bubble removal machine, just skip this step. The silicone rubber does have bubble release technology, but here's a little clip. This machine works amazing to get rid of bubbles in silicone rubber and resin. Highly recommend it. I'll link it down below along with my coupon code. And when you mix up silicone rubber, you want to mix slowly. Scrape the bottom of the cup, scrape the sides of your cup, scrape off your stir stick, just like when you mix up resin. So I laid out a piece of transfer tape, peeled off the backing, placed the sticky side facing up, put down my acrylic blank, place the mold housing around the acrylic blank, hot glued around the perimeter to prevent any leaking silicone, and I'm just pouring my silicone rubber right on top of my acrylic blanks. Super easy to make your own molds, you guys. Definitely give it a try. I let it cure overnight. This is the next day. We're getting ready to take all the molds out of their housings. You can see the mold housings come right off of that silicone, and the hot glue peels right off as well. These are from Tracy at Acrylic Pouring with Friends. Super awesome. They work great to make your molds. I did have a little bit of silicone leak out, but that's okay. No worries. You might have that happen. It happens from time to time. I'm just going to peel up that silicone mold right off the holographic blank, and here's how it turned out. Super awesome. See that holographic transferred from the blank to the mold perfectly. And you will need some cuticle trimmers and some nippers just to trim the perimeter of the mold. You can see there's a little bit of excess silicone there. Super easy to do. And we're just going to keep demolding these. So with the holographic acrylic blanks, I had these made. So you can do that. You can buy them pre-made, or you can make your own. All you have to do is get an acrylic blank, and you can do a basic shape. That would be the easiest, like a circle, square, rectangle. You can get pieces or acrylic blanks off Amazon. Just search up, acrylic circle, or 4-inch acrylic circle, whatever you want, whatever size you want, and they come right up. They have a lot of different ones on there. And then you need diffraction grating, and you can get that from Rainbow Symphony's website. So all you have to do is cut the diffraction grating the same size as your acrylic blank and glue the diffraction grating on top of the acrylic blank. Now, like I said, I did not do that. I bought these pre-made. I will link her shop down below. Tell her that Naptime Creations sent you to her shop if you want to buy them pre-made. Like I said, they're not too hard to make on your own, the holographic acrylic blanks, but I just don't have a lot of time to do it, so it was just easier for me to buy them pre-made. Especially designs like this, the spider web, that would be hard to cut that diffraction grating to match the acrylic blank because this one has the spider web etched on it. But like I said, the circle, square, rectangle, those would be pretty easy. You just have to glue that diffraction grating on top of the acrylic blank and you'll have a holographic acrylic blank. Now, these snowflakes gave me a little bit of trouble, you guys. The silicone leaked under the acrylic blank. I must have not pushed that acrylic blank down hard enough on that transfer tape. It just wasn't sticking too good. So I am going to go around and just I took my little nippers, made a starting point, and I'm very carefully going around with my cuticle trimmer, just trimming up that silicone that leaked underneath my acrylic blank. And I think it might have been this transfer tape, or sorry, this backing. Typically acrylic blanks will have a backing on them. I'm going to take that off. Maybe that backing was keeping it from sticking to my transfer tape. And I wanted to mention too, holographic blanks or acrylic blanks, any type of acrylic blank are very fragile. You need to handle them with care and gloves. If you touch them with bare hands and get a fingerprint on them, that will show up in your mold. So handle them with care. They're very fragile. So make sure you peel off the backing on any of your acrylic blanks so you don't have this. It's no big deal. It just takes a little bit longer to clean up the silicone that runs underneath your acrylic blank. Just going to go around the perimeter of the mold, kind of clean it up a little bit. And that's really it. Super easy to do. Mold making is so fun. I hope you guys give it a try. And I will link the shop that you can get these holographic acrylic blanks from. It's easier to get them pre-made and they're not too expensive. The spider web was expensive because that one was a custom order and more difficult for her to make. But these little snowflakes weren't too expensive. And I do have a few holographic acrylic blanks in my Etsy shop as well. So I'll link my Etsy shop down below. They were ones that I never used. I was going to use them, but I changed my mind. So I decided to just sell them in my Etsy shop. So now we're going to pour these molds really quickly. The spider web, I used hollow sapphire glitter from my Etsy shop mixed with clear resin. Just poured it right into the holographic mold and here we are ready to demold it. So cool. I think it turned out really awesome. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And for the heart, we're going to use some of my Heart's Desire glitter from my Etsy shop. I just mixed that in with my clear resin. And we're going to pour it into the mold here. This one, I knew I was going to keep this mold for myself, so I didn't trim up the excess silicone around the perimeter of the mold. So it doesn't look the prettiest, but it does still work perfectly fine. So just pouring that Heart's Desire glitter into the mold, let it cure overnight. Here we are getting ready to take it out. So beautiful. I love this heart. So pretty. Let me know which one's your favorite down in the comments. And the snowflakes, same thing. I use the Heart's Desire glitter from my Etsy shop. And if you want to see how I mix up my resin, I'll link one of my tutorials showing step by step how to mix your resin down below in the description box. I just cut the mixing out of this video because this video was getting kind of long. But let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Naptime Creations. And go check out my friend Tracy's YouTube channel as well, Acrylic Pouring with Friends. Go subscribe and tell her Tish said hi. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you're all doing fantastic. And I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye, guys.